Da, 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 da. Hey. Da, 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 da. Hey. Da, 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 da. Ladies and gentlemen, KocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM. It's half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. And of course, you got the Coco crew here, holding it down live. Yours truly, the sexiest man on all of Internet Wrestling Radio. That's right, Boom Boom here, shaking the room, live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. And of course, join me there live from his quarantine in Tokyo, Japan, Dave Koco. What's up, brother?
Nothing much. I just want to warn everyone because we get a lot of complaints in chat. I'm gonna have lots of coughs. It's just, yeah, everything in Japan is shut down. I have the month off, so hopefully I'll catch up on wrestling. I was so happy that I had the month off because of the coronavirus. I was like, man, I got a month off. I can watch lots of New Japan. New Japan's canceled. I was like, son of a biscuit and cheese. But it's a really big deal. Everything's been shut down here. But try to make a huge negative into a positive, and I get to hang out and talk pro wrestling with Boom Boom, and maybe we'll get this channel and our lives back on track. Trying to spin it in a positive light. Boom Boom. Hot tag to you. Let's start.
And I guess real quick, and I don't want to spend too much time on this as an aside here, but Coco, just because I know the questions are going to come up, just kind of, can you just briefly touch on about how the coronavirus is kind of affecting your life in Japan, and just how it's affected your daily life, and pretty much just tell everybody you're okay.
I'm fine. Me and my girlfriend, we have a cough. We are gonna go see a doctor, but doctors are overpacked. I think we're okay.
Oh, I can imagine.
In Yokohama, where we live, we moved to Yokohama, is the number one spot. So like, just out of we're both coughing, it's the number one spot. It's like, if there's a time to see a doctor, this is the time. Everything is pretty much shut down. Schools are shut down. I have a month off because I'm a teacher. But you curse. God, your teachers curse too.
Yes,
But overall, I'm hoping, I'm just trying to be positive about it. They're shutting down the big sporting events. New Japan shutting down. I don't know. It feels weird because I'm in the middle of it. There's not much of a panic, but then there is a panic. So it's kind of weird. Just everything closed. Everyone's staying home. And just trying to make the best of it. The trains are pretty empty. Everyone that has a cough, and of course it's flu season, it's allergy season, so everyone who has a cough is panicking. Weird thing is, I don't know why, toilet paper, just going crazy for toilet paper. It sucks because New Japan was.
Well, you got to think about it, Coco. Of all the things, man, that's one thing you don't want to run out of.
That is true, but out of nowhere, just out of somewhere, someone's like, toilet paper. Like, okay, we need to stock up on toilet paper, and it's hard to find. But yeah, it's true. But yeah.
Do I need to ship you a care package?
Not yet. But I'm hoping, this horrible situation, we can make the best of it, catch up for pro wrestling. I know it sounds silly, but it seems to be, I don't know, it seems to be the Japan way. Like, oh, something horrible happened. Let's make something positive out of it, That's what we're trying to do. There's not much panic, but there is, It's just everything's canceled, stay home. That's what we're at. And I have the next month off. So, go ahead.
Yeah, I just, and I hate to kind of bring all this stuff up because I know you kind of want to get your mind off of that, your daily life and everything. But the question's going to come up, and I think everybody just wants to know that everything's going to be okay. It seems like everybody over there is being overly, cautious, which is a good thing. It doesn't sound like people are sick, but they're trying to prevent any kind of, spreading of the disease before it can really get going, and which is, I guess, is a good thing.
Well,
it sounds like you're just going to be sitting at home playing a lot of PlayStation 4.
Yeah, a lot of streams on Twitch and a lot of catching up with wrestling, and just my nerd life has been put on hold from my career life, and now that I have this month off, I kind of want to get my nerd life back in order.
Coco, you're probably going to get this joke, but nobody else is, so please explain it to me. So please explain it to the audience at home. I think Japan just solved their population crisis.
Yeah, Japan's overpopulated. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird because.
Well, no. I'm sorry. I'm just like, it's kind of like, okay, there was a blackout in New York back in the 70s, and then about 9 months later, they started reporting a higher number of births than normal. And so the question was, where were you during the
Oh, I
blackout?
get it. I
Well, I
thought.
know Tokyo, yeah, Tokyo had they'd done some math and they'd realized that okay, at the current trends right now, when this current generation retires, there's not going to be enough people to, take care of them and basically pick up where they left off and keep everything running. So they were encouraging people to, please, please, you need to go out and have babies. Well, work's canceled, school's canceled. You really don't need to go out. You're stuck at home. You can only play so much video games. You can only watch so much TV. I'm just saying.
Well, here's the crazy part. I took that on a totally dark path. Just to tell you, my mind went. I was like,
Yes,
yeah, the people that
yes,
are
yes, you
the people
did.
that are dying are older, so the age will even out. I kid you not. That's how I took the joke. I was like, damn, you're pretty dark, boom, boom, and then I realized I'm the dark one. Uh, hey, I gotta catch
Well,
up. I get
speaking
to
of
catch up with
dark,
pro wrestling. Let's do it, booms.
speaking of dark, we're going to talk about AEW Revolution, their pay-per-view live from Chicago on February 29th. Yes, we are late getting to it, but hey, better late than never, right? So the first thing we'll start with is a dark match, or I guess the buy-in that they were doing. Now this, I don't believe Coco, or at least the whole nation of Japan, didn't get to see, because I don't know, fucking lawyers, I don't know. Was the pre-show match? They were kind of highlighting everything, and they had a match. It was SCU versus the Dark Order. Of course, the Dark Order being represented by Evil Uno and Stu Grayson against SCU. Now, SCU had told Christopher Daniels to kind of sit this one out because the Dark Order keeps talking about the arrival of the Exalted One, and there was even some speculation that the Exalted One could be Christopher Daniels himself. He would return back to his fallen angel persona.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And if you watch Being the Elite, they found the Dark Order mask in his luggage. But they had a match. It was about 10 minutes. I mean, it was an okay match. I just kind of glossed over it because I'd watched the whole pay-per-view first and realized, oh, I didn't see that, so I went back. And it was an okay match. It was fine. Um, Dark Order gets the win. Afterwards, um, the Dark Order starts overwhelming SCU. Out comes Colt Cabana, who is from Chicago, so no surprise that he was there. But what is a surprise is that he has signed with All Elite Wrestling. Now, he does have some stuff in his contract, much like Moxley and Jericho, where he can wrestle elsewhere if he so chooses. So basically, New Japan is a go. And he goes out there and makes the save. He gets overwhelmed. Then out came this shrouded figure in a cloak, and we're like, "Is this the Exalted One?" Because the Dark Order started making their little hand gesture. The dark figure revealed himself to be Christopher Daniels, who then proceeded to attack the Dark Order. So it looks like no, Christopher Daniels is not the Exalted One. There's a lot of speculation of who that may be, and since we're gonna, as of this recording, AEW takes place later tonight. There are several suspects, Dave Coco, and
Okay.
I'm going to just kind of lay them out there, and I want you to see if you can, who do you think is most likely to be the Exalted One? Okay, early on, okay, we're going to eliminate Christopher Daniels just for the
Yeah,
hell of
yeah.
it. Okay, early on, there was theory that it would be Marty Scurll, but Marty Scurll has already signed with Ring of Honor, but he's got one hell of a contract, and I think which does allow him to wrestle elsewhere. There was speculation that it would be Brian Cage because there were talks that he had signed with All Elite Wrestling, but he says, no, I haven't signed. In fact, I'm actually out rehabbing a bicep injury. There was thoughts that it would be Luke Harper, or I guess he's going to go back to his former name, Brody Lee, but the former Luke Harper because he had got his release in WWE. There was speculation that it's going to be Matt Hardy because his contract actually expired March 1st, which would probably explain why the Exalted One didn't show up on February 29th. And then there's speculation that it could be the newly signed Lance Archer. So, Coco, do you think it's any of these guys or none of these guys? And if so, who do you think it is and
Um,
why?
See, the thing is, all right. I think the leader or whatever they're calling Exalted One has to be a good promo guy. So I think that eliminates a lot of guys except Matt Hardy. But I just I don't want this to become TNA. We'll talk about it in the main event, and we'll talk about it through a day. I think if it's Matt Hardy, it has to be Matt Hardy, but at the same time, it's fucking Matt Hardy. You know what I mean? So Harper would be
Mm-hmm.
great, but I don't know if Harper can cut the promos. I don't know. I don't remember. Like, I'm trying to think of his indie days. I was always impressed by his matches, but I honestly am
Mm-hmm.
drawing a blank about his promos, and that tells me either I've been punched in the head too much, or he didn't cut many promos.
Well,
Archer,
he hasn't spoken in a long time. At least not at that level.
Archer would be amazing, and I'd be very happy for it. I, you know
Yeah,
what?
Archer,
First
I
off,
don't
I
see him.
want.
I don't see him as a promo guy.
Yeah, that's the thing. The promo. I mean, you go promo Matt Hardy, the TNA Lucha Underground guy. I apologize, I can't think of his name. I just throwing a blank. I love him, but I can't think of his name. I don't think it's him. I would love to see it be Archer.
Oh, okay, no, yeah.
Yeah, I'd love it to see Archer, but I don't know if Archer has the promo capabilities. Because to me, the Exalted One has to kind of lead him and save this fucking horrible storyline. I'd like to see Archer, and I just want to say before it's definitely fucking Matt Hardy, but Archer is a perfect fit. Sometimes there's a perfect fit for each guy. I think
Mm-hmm.
Kenta and Bullet Club was a perfect fit. I think Archer and AEW is a perfect fit. They need bigger guys, and it gives Archer some new life. And yeah, to me, I think it's a perfect fit, but I don't think he can be the leader. But then again, who knows? He might surprise us. Um,
You know, if everybody out there, I mean, I kind of agree with Matt Hardy because it seems to make the most sense. Because you got to take a step back and just kind of think about it. It's like, well, why would you? Okay, if somebody's the leader of a group or the mouthpiece or a manager, it's like, well, why would you follow this guy, especially if you're bigger? It's like, well, why would anybody listen to so and so? Well, I, Archer, I think he's got more value. I don't see him much as value in terms of like being a talker. I see him being like valuable as, an in-ring guy who comes in there and just beats the shit out of you. Just a big like, just this big monster heel. I can picture him in that role, no problem. Same thing with Luke Harper. I've got more value with him as a single star. Same thing with Brian Cage, more value as a single star. Now, Marty Skrull, I think would be interesting because it would be, the storyline right there could be, you abandoned me, I'm part of the elite, but you left me, just out there, you never acknowledged me after you started this thing. It was a kick in the mouth, and now I'm coming back here, and I'm gonna, wreck, I'm gonna wreck the elite in your own promotion.
okay,
But Matt Hardy seems to make the most sense.
boom, boom. First off,
Matt
I
Hardy
normally
seems to
don't
make the
say
most sense.
this,
Well,
but give yourself a fucking Barry
hmm
Horowitz. I'm going Marty Scroll. I'd love that
hmm
to fucking happen. All right, go on, sir. I just want to give you props. Some people say I always shit on you, but I'm here for you, boom, boom. When you have a good idea every 12 years,
well, good.
I fucking tell you to give yourself a Barry
Yeah,
Horowitz. I'm a good guy.
I figured I'm doing one. So I mean, I think Skrull would be the most interesting storyline. However, I just don't know what his contract is. I don't know what his interest is. I don't even know if he can do that. So, but just to me, they're trying. It seems like to me, it seems to make the most sense to put Matt Hardy in that role, and they're trying to deflect off of that. In which, it's like when the magician says, "Hey, look at the left hand. Don't look at the right hand." Well, he's doing something with the right hand.
Yeah. The only
So
problem
that's
is
at least that's my.
history repeats itself. Can we please learn from Paul Heyman and
hmm
ECW? Build your own fucking
hmm
stars. Build your own fucking stars. Dude, one or two more steps, we might as well fucking hire Dixie Carter. We're one or two more signings away from being Dixie Carter. Just, you know what? Let's take a moment.
Sadly, I
Let's take
think
a
you're kind of
moment and
right.
let's take a moment and appreciate how fucking great Paul Heyman was. God damn it, he was the fucking man. Just don't fucking TNA this, man. Don't do it. If not, just fucking bring Dixie Carter in. Let's just fucking start over. And guess what? Kenny Omega can
hmm
play AJ Styles. Christopher. The X Division can be played by the Young
With Richard
Bucks.
Roundtree, the commissioner.
Yeah, exactly. Oh god, I don't know. They're thin. They're doing amazing, but they're also skating on thin ice. Booms. Before we get to the regular
hmm
show, I want to give a shout out for living in Japan. The service is amazing. not paid sponsorship. The price is steep for a pay per view, but Fight, whatever, FITE, they do a great job. That shit's crystal
Mm-hmm.
clear here in Japan, and we are paying $20. I don't know what you guys are paying in America, but for the 9.99, networks, a $20 pay per view is a fucking punch in the nuts. It's not like the $70, $80 days. Remember that? Remember there was like a
Oh
year where
God,
the
those
pay
were
per views were
horrible.
fucking rocking $70. Yeah. And
Yeah,
Booms.
yeah. Oh yeah, those are the most expensive.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, back in the day, like a pay-per-view cost you 35 bucks, but if it was something big like Mania or Survivor Series, that thing would jack up to about 50, even higher than that sometimes.
Yeah. And
That
Booms.
that was
Let's.
back, those were hard times.
Yeah, hard times. Hard times. Meanwhile, we're like 19 fucking dollars. It's crystal clear and perfect, and I get to own it for the rest of my fucking life. How fucking dare you? But let's go old school. Win, loss, or tie. Sometimes me and you were the cranky guys from the Sesame Street gang or Broken Muppets. But what do you give this? Win, loss, or tie?
You know what? I'm gonna give it a win. I'm gonna give it a win. If it was like on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it like an 8. I mean, it was. I think it was a really good pay-per-view. It had its flaws, but overall, it was very enjoyable. You know, I wouldn't have been embarrassed to have my wife sit down and watch it with me. So that's always a benefit.
Yeah, I'm giving it a big win because I haven't watched. I check in AEW every now and then. I'm like 2 3 weeks behind. I caught up for the pay per view. I'm
Hmm.
giving it a fucking huge win because it gave me hope in American wrestling. With that said, they are skating on thin ice to turn this fucking thing into shit. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, what a great fucking pay per view. Good God, one or two more bad steps, this falls apart. You know what I mean? So I'm giving it a huge win.
Oh
I
yeah.
enjoyed it. I was entertained. And I haven't said that about an American product in a really long time. So huge win on thin ice. You know what I mean? Just imagine
Yeah.
a sumo size win crossing a river of ice. You're worried it's going to come through, but let's enjoy it while it lasts.
Exactly.
All right,
All right.
Booms.
Then we got into the main. Then we got into the main show, and the show started off with Dustin Rhodes taking on Jake Hager in the opening bout. Now there was some criticism saying, "Oh no, this shouldn't have been the match to start the show off with," but I think they had a pretty decent show. I think, or not decent show, decent match. I think the match itself ran about just shy of 15 minutes, and some people are like, "Oh, that's a little too long." Um, I'm thinking maybe that's kind of nitpicky. I guess maybe I can understand why people would say, okay, that's not the right thing to start off with, and maybe I can somewhat agree that maybe went a couple minutes too long. But overall, I really did not have a problem with this. I think what they did was, in my opinion, that AEW is like, okay, well, let's just start the show off with something solid, something, because without like a lot of consequences at the very beginning, because I think everybody knew at the top, it's like, dude, Hager's winning this. There's no way he's losing his debut. But I think they made it entertaining. My only complaint about it, and I don't really care about, some of the other complaints I just mentioned, but the only thing I was kind of like, I guess maybe like kind of like a negative was just the ending, how it just ended. Ended with like a triangle, not a triangle, basically like a triangle choke. It was like a kind of like a variation of the million dollar dream, and just there really was no just, oh no, he's locked in there. Can he get out? Can he get through? Oh no, he just gave out. He just went out. He just went out. Referee stoppage. There was just no drama. It was just he locked him in it. He went out and boom, match over. It was just. I think they should have played it up a little more, but I really enjoyed the match. Had some hard hitting action. Swagger making out with his wife. Dustin getting a little revenge with kissing Swagger's wife, with smearing basically smearing all of his face paint onto her. I thought that was actually kind of funny. Hager, I think, looked good. I really like how they've redone him in All Elite Wrestling. They got away from the We the People crap, and they've just let him be who he is. He's been dabbling in MMA. He's right now, I think, what, 2-0 in
Yeah,
mixed
he's
martial arts right now. and plus he's a hell of a lot taller than what people give him credit for. I mean, this guy, I mean,
Yeah,
Swagger's pretty fucking tall. He's pretty fucking big, and yeah, because that was another criticism AEW faces. Oh, they hired too many small guys. Well, they got Hager on there, and Hager's pretty fucking tall. I mean,
yeah.
he's
Well, and
almost up there
also,
with the Undertaker in terms of height.
and also
And
Archer.
same thing with Dustin.
Yeah, and Archer
Yeah,
too.
Archer.
That's why Archer is such a great pickup. I think I like that pickup a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
Luchasaurus is a big guy, so yeah. But I had really no major complaints about the opener. I thought it was good. I guess maybe like some of the criticisms there that I've heard kind of nitpicky, but overall no problem with it. I think it was a good opener.
yeah, there's a couple things. One, I think like, and this is nitpicking. If they put the Sammy Darby match first, I think no one would be complaining. I think if this was second, like if it was just you put number two, number one, and vice versa on the card, because then you'd have a fast paced
Hmm.
match, then bring it down with a slugfest slash MMA old school contest. I loved the
Hmm.
T-shirt. It reminds me of old school UFC with Tito Ortiz. I loved the match. Um, um, I loved it. And I could be wrong, but I'm 92% sure they were expecting the crowd to know more about MMA, and I think I'm
Hmm.
98% sure he finished them with what he wins
Hmm.
MMA fights with. So I think they
Yeah,
were,
he low blowed him and got some kind of light head arm choke, and and I understand in real life, in real life, real MMA, you lock somebody in a really good chokehold, like they go out. I mean, they go out.
yeah,
It is just, but I don't think the crowd really caught on to it because they would just kind of saw him get locked in a hold, basically like a kind of like a variation of a sleeper hold, and then just all of a sudden referee stops.
yeah, I
So
think,
I think maybe that little confusion.
yeah, I think this is more of a AEW is hoping they would have more MMA knowledge than they do. I enjoyed the T-shirt. It just reminded me of times when
Hmm.
MMA used to be fun, and yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. The only thing is, I would have put the Sammy match first. Um, and now I'm excited where it goes.
Actually, if you're ready, yeah, if you're ready to move on here, that was actually the second match. It was Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin. Darby Allin looking for revenge because Sammy Guevara, basically just jammed his skateboard right into his throat. And this match actually started before it actually started. They brought out Guevara, they brought out Darby. By the way, people are like, oh, you need to create stars. Well, congratulations, Darby Allin's a star that AEW created. I mean, he is super over. I mean, he's
And
over like Rover. I
Sammy
mean,
too.
this. Oh yeah, Sammy. Oh, Sammy. Yeah, no, I don't want to take anything away from Sammy Guevara. At first when he first started, I was like, oh man, how are they gonna like make this guy a bad guy? I mean, he's just, look at him, and then all of a
He's
sudden he's
adorable.
kind of gets a little smarmy, and then it's like, God, he's got a fucking punchable goddamn face. Fuck him. Uh, but they, but and of course they played it up like a grudge match. Darby immediately goes in and goes on the attack. They just start destroying each other. There was one hell of a table spot on this. There was one part where it actually scared me. Is it looked like Darby was going for a suicide dive. He had Guevara draped over the security railing on the outside and was going to go
We're
dive
down.
into him, but his legs caught the ropes on the way out, and he just almost back completely just missed him and came crashing down almost on top of his own head. So that kind of scared me a little bit. Then they managed to get back in the ring. The referee then rang the bell. So I was like, oh crap, this hasn't counted up until now. This is why they've been able to get away with this because technically the match hasn't started, so you can't get disqualified if the match hasn't started, which by the way I loved. Uh, Good back and forth. I love the coffin drop. Darby Allin gets the win. Great match. Good hard
Yeah,
hitting action. Two young stars that they're AEW's trying to get over. Crowd was eating it up. I'm actually kind of glad they didn't start out with it because I mean it really kind of helped get the crowd really into everything.
yeah. Overall, I think it's one of the matches of the night. There's like 3 or 4 matches of the night that are different styles. I really enjoyed
Hmm.
this match, and I really enjoyed these two guys. And we need more of this to be the future of AEW. More of this, and what I mean by that is guys that we most fans consider AEW guys. As you go through the indies or international, not through the Fed. You can't say you're better than someone while taking their older talent. So I love this a lot. So and yeah, I have nothing negative to say about it. I think it's a must watch. All right,
Definitely a must. Hmm.
all right. Let's go to the next match.
Next, after this, we got some tag team action here. We had the AEW Tag Team Championships on the line. Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega defending against the Young Bucks. Wow. I would tell everybody go out of your way to watch this. Now, I guess some people could get really critical of this. Oh my God, they just kept kicking out of finishers. They just kept kicking out of finishers. They were spot money. They were
For
flying.
for
Jesus
those
Christ,
people, I
this
say
was
fuck
fucking
you.
entertaining.
Like, no, it's so
Yeah.
funny. I don't know. Maybe it's different people critiquing. I fucking hated Swagger. It was too fucking slow. I hated the Young Bucks. It's too fast. Like, Jesus Christ. No wonder why WWE is so goddamn fucking boring. Go on. Hot
Yeah,
tag
I'm
back to
gonna
you,
like
sir.
I'm just gonna say, after watching this, they made Hangman Adam Page. They made him a star. I mean, he was super over. People were chanting cowboy shit. I mean, they were booing the Young Bucks. I love how the Young Bucks kind of leaned into the heel role on this one because, everybody's, all the other three are cool because this is elite versus elite. And, there's Page being a fucking dick. He spits on Matt Jackson. I mean, there was one point where Jackson is just laying into Page and Nick has to like pull him off, like, dude, calm down. Look what you're doing. His hands are fucking shaking. Um, I mean, I think on that night, Page took his career to a different level. I mean, he became more than just the other guy in Elite. He became more than just the guy they pulled over from Ring of Honor in the decade. I mean, this guy, I mean, he went to like a whole other level. That match solidified himself as more than just another guy in the Elite. He moved up to another level that night. Um, I, they kind of played back on things like remember there was the execution of the Golden Trigger
Yeah, thanks, Jim Ross, for
on
fucking a great
Omega.
moment
Omega
up.
kicked out.
Hold on. Dear Internet.
Ugh.
Dear Internet. I'm going to cut you off for a second, boom, boom, because I got to write a letter to the Internet. Dear Internet,
Okay.
I fucking hated Jim Ross before all you motherfuckers. Love, old dying guy in Japan. All right, sorry, booms. Continue on.
Okay. I mean, this was just the hell of a match. I mean, they were doing all kinds of callbacks, and somebody actually brought this up. AEW is actually one of those promotions that actually rewards you for watching. Because if you've been watching All Elite Wrestling, you've been following these guys' careers, you got rewarded because there was stuff if you hadn't watched. I mean, you wouldn't have. I'm not saying you wouldn't have enjoyed it, but you get it. If you didn't, you're probably like, oh, I don't really get what's going on, but everything else is kind of cool, kind of like an Easter egg in like a video game or something. It's like, oh, that's a callback, or maybe like a little thing in a movie. Like when they had the Tesseract, it's kind of randomly appeared in that Avengers film. It's like, oh, okay, I see what that is. It's one of those, if you didn't see it, you didn't really hurt anything, but if you did, oh, I get it. I get what they're going with. They
They
did that.
reward fans instead of mocking them.
Exactly. They don't punish them for watching. In fact, if you watch, like, some of these other vids, like WWE, if you watch them, you actually get punished for watching because then it's like, well, if that happened, then why are they doing that? Doesn't make any sense. But this, they reward you for watching. I got to mention Matt Jackson doing the Northern Lights suplexes on Page on the outside up the ramp, and I do stress up the ramp, which, good God, you got to have hell of amazing leg strength to do that. Um, anyway, the champions finish off the Young Bucks with the V-Trigger Buckshot Lariat combo. They get the win. The rest of the elite guys try, like, okay, it's over, it's settled, we're cool. Okay, it got a little crazy, but we're all cool with each other. Page wouldn't. Bucks roll out of the ring. There was one part where it looked like, and this is what I love, and I actually want to see what happens next. This is another thing I love about All Elite Wrestling. They rewarded me for watching. Now they're teasing something else here, and it's like, I want to see how this story keeps going. Because there
Yeah.
was a part where Omega had his back turned, and Page drops his belt, puts his hands on the ropes, like, like he's motioning, like he's about to buckshot lariat Kenny's head off. Kenny turns around, he sees him, Adam just, moves his hand and waves him like, "Oh, come on, let's go." And I thought, "Oh shit, he's gonna clock him with the belt. He's gonna clock him. He's gonna hit him as soon as he goes through the ropes, or he's gonna hit him with the belt." No, he never did. And commentary did it so well, and it was
Yeah.
just all I heard was, "Did he just? Yeah, I saw it too." And that's all you needed to do, and they moved on.
This is one of the fucking. This to me is the match of the night. Um.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is my complaint. Kenny Omega should be the fucking face of the goddamn company. I've been saying it from day fucking one. That's the only complaint. Everything else was amazing. Oh, fuck Jim Ross. Complaints are done. This is how you fucking tell a story. This is how you move it along. AEW, booking wise, story wise, and the athletes backed it up in the goddamn ring. I loved it, and none of that, but Hangman Page, his journey, and granted, I was the one that fucking said Jericho should win title. It shouldn't be Hangman Page. I was that guy, and they booked it perfectly. And not all that, but a lot of times, indie wrestlers, pro wrestlers, everything's the fans' fault. Haha, they fucking worked you. They fucking worked us. Working us doesn't mean the product fucking sucks. They worked us in the best way fucking possible, and we left entertained. So,
Uh-huh. They
every
drew
time
us
you.
in. They really drew us in.
I can't put this match over enough. I thought this was the match of the night. I love every fucking athlete. I love how Hangman Adam Page went from he gets a fucking title shot to how the fuck isn't he champ? That is great storytelling. That is being fucking worked. I don't know. I really, really fucking enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And that last second with the fucking rope thing, the announcer selling it, it was just fucking excitement. It was fun. I fucking really, really enjoyed it. And I don't know. I'm really bad at describing good things. I'm really good at fucking complaining like an
Uh-huh.
asshole. But I can't put this over enough. I fucking enjoyed it. They worked us in the best way possible, and that is pro wrestling at its finest. It's not a bunch of old pro wrestlers complaining about the fans, fucking say we worked you when we leave disappointed. Work us and fucking let us goddamn believe for a couple seconds and let our fucking
Mm-hmm.
problems go away and entertain us. And that's what they did. This was pro wrestling, sports entertainment at its highest fucking level. Kenny Omega should be the face of the company. Been saying it since day one. Hot tag to you, Booms.
Hot tag over to me. Okay. We're going to go over now. We had some women's action. We had the newly crowned champion Nyla Rose taking on the Galaxy's greatest alien, Chris Statlander. Now, a lot of people were like, okay, this wasn't good. And a lot of people were like, well, I mean, they were following up Darby Allin, they were following up the Young Bucks elite match. So it really brought, kind of brought that down.
It's a cool
Um,
down match.
yeah, it was a cool down match, but I mean, I just, it wasn't good. Just in my opinion, it just was not good.
I'm happy Nyla Rose
You
won.
know, I just,
Go ahead.
I think there was just no drama with it because I didn't think, okay, if this was 10 years in the future, I think maybe would have been some more drama because it's like, well, okay, are they going to take the belt, right? Are they going to basically Iron Sheik Nyla Rose? But this early in the promotion, I don't think they're going to Iron Sheik anybody, at least not right now. They're not even 2 years into the whole promotion's existence. I really don't think they're going to Iron Sheik somebody. So I think people were like, well, this was, I think everybody kind of knew how this was going to end before the bell even rang. The crowd was just completely just out of it, exhausted. They were looking at it, and plus, you know, Statlander was coming off the flu the past week, and I gotta be careful how I say this because anytime you say anything like this, people are going to take it the wrong way. But I just don't like Nyla Rose. I don't think she's that good. And before anybody says any shit, I'm well aware of her sexuality, and I don't care. I do not fucking care. I am judging everything on merit, and I just don't think she's that good. There, that's just my opinion.
one thing.
I think
Uh,
the only reason she had that great match with Riho is because she was fucking working with goddamn Riho. Like, oh no, Riho, I don't buy her as the champion. She's too late. She's only 98 pounds. Well, she can fucking work.
um, I like Riho a lot. Um, one thing, just to throw a fucking little jab at the fucking New Japan fans because I'm the old cranky guy. Never go Iron Sheik twice. Booms, you know what that is about. Never go Iron
Hmm.
Sheik twice. Second thing, fucking I can't let it go.
Hmm.
Boom, boom. I just can't let it go. Hug me. Second thing, I love Kenny Omega. Should be the face of the company. Give up the book. Just fucking give it up. These women are fucking booked so fucking horribly. You know how I promoted just fucking praised how fucking great the Kenny Omega and Friends match was. I got a Kenny Omega problem.
Hmm.
He fucking sucks at booking. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know if he's booking himself because he fucked himself in the beginning of this goddamn AEW ride. And second, the women are horrible. Statlander or whatever the fuck her name is. Are you for real? How the fuck is this getting over? In what fucking universe is this getting over? Um, Nyla Rose. I am not being as hard on her as Boom Boom, but they are booking her horribly. They should be booking her like Awesome Kong was booked in her prime. This shouldn't have been a close match. She should have came out and pow 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 bam, roll the fuck out. If you're gonna have a powerful, I'm gonna say woman. I don't want to get into that fucking debate, but if you're gonna have a powerful woman, you have to book her correctly. If not, you're gonna show her
Hmm.
flaws. You are booking Nyla Rose to show her flaws. That's not on Nyla
You know,
Rose.
I gotta ask this. Do you think this match was hurt because because the ladies, or just where it was put on the card? Like, it literally, have it been put anywhere else on the card, it would have been better. I don't think it would have been better. I don't think it would have been better anywhere else on the card. I mean, I do think it sucks that they just came right after this hot, amazing, barn burner tag match that had everybody completely amped up for the past 30 minutes.
I,
And they got to come out and follow that. But
um, I
I
this is
just
how I book. Can I put on
I
my
just
booking
don't
cap
think
for a
that
second?
yeah, go ahead and put your booking cap on.
All right. First off, I think it's the perfect spot to put it in a match. Unless these fucking women can go, this is the perfect spot for them. These women, I'm sorry, I have not seen fucking evidence that they can go. Fucking send me the YouTube videos. Now, I'm not saying they're bad wrestlers, but there's a difference of fucking going 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and fucking longer. You know what I mean? There is. Second off,
Yeah,
st- st-
this
stra-
went this went just shy of 13 minutes.
yeah, no. Uh-uh. Can't that shit. Second off, Stratlander, get the fuck out of here. Fucking start over. Go fucking do a tour of Japan, come back, and
I like
start over.
Statlander. I like it. I like it.
Fuck the
I like her. I
boobs and the
like her
fucking
gimmick.
aliens. No, we're
I
canceling her.
like it.
She's not even
It's
in the
unique.
match. She's not in the match, Booms. Sorry. Second off, get Awesome Kong. Have two giant women
She
go.
can't.
Well, okay, find an Awesome Kong. Get a powerful woman. All right, get a powerful woman to go in there with her. Go eye to eye. Fucking be like, holy shit, this is fucking what women's wrestling's about. First off, the average fan goes, especially if you're mad at Riho, you're like, holy fuck, these are two big women. They can fucking go. Then have Nyla Rose fucking destroy whoever the fuck she faces. Then that's it. 5 minutes max. 5 minutes max. Two of it, fucking two giant women just staring each other down.
Yeah, I think they pulled the trick. I think they wanted to have a credible opponent for Nyla Rose to face, especially in her first title defense. So, and I think out of all the ladies there, I think Statlander had the most credibility. Now, if you watched AEW last week, it looks like they're building up Hikaru Shida as the next challenger, and I think Big Swole is definitely going to be a contender as well. I just I just think they wasted that match with Statlander by putting her up there too soon. I think the match went a little too long. It could have been. I just don't think it was booked all that well.
Yeah, the women have been booked god awful. Just fucking the worst.
Hmm.
Just the worst. You know, you're not doing these women favors at all. Um, let's talk about something that's booked amazingly. Back to the men. God, I'm gonna get a lot of tweets for that. Booms, hot tag to you.
Hot tag. So, let me ask you this. You're a former booker. Put your booking cap on, say AEW. Like Tony Khan calls you like today
Yeah,
and goes, Coco, we heard what you said on your podcast. We
thank you for
kind of
listening.
agree with you. We'd like you to kind of come over here and redo this women's division. Let's get it back on track. Kenny's got a little too much to do. What would you do? How would you like? Because some of these ladies
like,
aren't the
if
best
I can't go back
workers.
in
Some of them don't
time,
have the most experience.
if I can't go
Hmm.
back in time, I would I would hire random women to get fucking destroyed by fucking Nyla Rose. Every fucking week it would be an indie girl that isn't gonna stay around. You know, you can repackage her later. But I just get an indie girl, pow, crushed, pow, crushed, pow, crushed. She's the female Goldberg. While that's going on, you build a girl that can carry a match. It has to make sure she can carry a match. She can carry a match, and she's going undefeated, and you use those records. Then you have
Hmm.
the woman who is the powerful woman. Just who do you think is the best woman wrestler right now in AEW?
Out of all the women out
Let's just
there,
side Asuka.
shit. Yeah, I know yeah, if we could only just do that. There's about four of them that really come to mind that I think can go. I think Shanna can go. I think Big Swole can go. I think Statlander can go, and I think Hikaru Shida can go. Baker, I think if you give her enough time. Penelope Ford, maybe. I mean, she right now she's kind of like the man in the managerial role right now, but she's been wrestling. I mean, she had a hell of an intergender
Oh,
match with her
rewind a
and
bit.
Sabian versus
Re-
somebody.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pause. We're
So
booking here. Rewind. Baker, can she carry a match? Is she a good wrestler? I don't know much about her besides she's a dentist.
well, neither does anybody else. But I mean, she's okay. I mean, she's not god awful, but she definitely needs more seasoning.
Okay. Damn, she'd be perfect if she could go. But anyway, let's pretend we have a wrestler who can go. We'll call her Asuka.
Mhm.
Asuka goes undefeated, having 5-star matches carrying the rest of the fucking roster. Nyla Rose goes undefeated as champ, going against Indy fucking, hey, I'm just here for a paycheck. Crushed. I'm just here for a paycheck. Then you use the records in your fucking favor. You have Asuka, or fill in any girl who can fucking work a match, 19 and
Mhm.
0. I'm saying you go long, 19 and 0. Then you have let's say 20 and 0. She's 20 and 0, and fuck, what's her name? I apologize. I don't want to mess up her name. Nyla Rose is 20 and 0. But here's the thing.
Mhm.
Every fucking Dynamite, she crushes an indie person, and every pay-per-view, she crushes a legend. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, we have Gail Kim, we have
Mhm.
Awesome Kong. You know, I don't know the contract situations, but we'll see who we got with. If you're on pay-per-view, you're a legend that gets crunched. If you're on Dynamite, you're an indie girl that gets crunched. Meanwhile, Asuka, aka woman who can work a match, she's 20 and
Mhm.
0, but she's putting on 5-star matches. Then you do the paper champion. She's like, I'm a fucking monster. You're a paper champion. And you build it up to your pay per view. You have two 20 and 0 women. You have the monster who's been destroying everyone versus the talented one who's been carrying matches. Thank you. I'm done. I booked 20 weeks of doing absolutely nothing. Good day. I tip my hat to you, sir. That's it. Simple.
I said good day.
I said good day. Sir, I'd like my money and leave now. That's it. Problem solved. So that's what I would do. But here's the thing. I don't think they have a woman that can carry it. That's why everyone's at 500. Because they're like, fuck. You know what I mean? So, garbage, I tell you. Complete garbage. And Nyla Rose has to be booked better. You have to hide her weaknesses. You have to. 13-minute matches are exposing our weaknesses, not hiding them.
Mhm. Well, all right. Next year we had, in my opinion, probably the match of the night. Uh, we had MJF versus Cody. They've been waiting for this ever since MGF screwed Cody, threw in the towel in his championship match, then kicked him in the family jewels, robbed him of his chance to ever compete for the AEW championship, made him keep his hands off of him, took 10 lashes in the ring, had to fight him Wardlow in a solid steel cage to get this opportunity. Uh, MJF comes out with Wardlow, everything's normal, and then boom, then Cody had like this grand entrance, downstant. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Starts playing his theme live, which was not good. I'm going to say that. I prefer the recorded version because the live version was not good. Not good. These
That guy
guys
was
didn't sound
really
check.
trying to
They
get
just went
people
out there and
into
just
it.
started playing.
He's like,
They did not
Chicago,
sound check.
come on, cheer. Go on, I'm sorry.
And everybody's like, okay, we're being polite because I mean, I like the song. I mean, I like it. I like his theme. I like everything. I just was not a fan of the live version. You know, Cody goes out there with his entourage. Mainly Arn Anderson and his wife Brandy. Debuts a new tattoo. And by the way, can I just say this for the record? The tattoo is fine, just where he got it. I'm not a fan of. I just,
He's all in to take an AEW expression on that tattoo. He's all in.
yeah, you're gonna have to be now. I mean, look, I've got a tattoo. I know Coco's got several tattoos, but you know what the good part about it is? We cover it the fuck up. You can, if we want to show it to you, we can go, oh, here, check this out. It's right there on his fucking neck, dude. I mean, it's like, you know, I, I'm not gonna criticize his choice too much because it's him, it's his body, he can do whatever the fuck he wants with it. I don't really give a shit. It's just like, but I'm just like, dude, you're gonna get old someday, and that thing is still gonna be on the side of your fucking neck, dude. Or if you want to get it removed, it's gonna cost you some money, and it's probably gonna hurt. Also, you're gonna be in suit and ties, because you're an executive vice president. You're gonna go into business meeting, and you're gonna have this huge fucking just red, white, and blue tattoo on the side of your
Oh shit!
fucking
You know
neck.
what? I didn't even put that in the equation. I thought he's a pro wrestler. I didn't have to worry about it. But you're right, sir.
I mean, eventually he could, I guess maybe like get bought out or sell his stock, or you know what I mean, just whatever it is. But for right now, I mean, he's in an executive role. I mean, his title is, not just a wrestler. He's an executive vice president, and I'm just like, dude, that's just to me, it just comes off as tacky. But there, I said my piece on it. I love this match. I did. They played into it. I love how they said, okay, well, Cody broke his toe doing that moonsault that won him the match against Wardlow. You had MJF, stepping on it. Hell, at one point took off his boot and fucking bit his fucking toe. People were chanting, "You sick fuck," because he actually put his fucking toe in his fucking mouth. I thought there was a great spot where Cody finally hit MJF with his weight belt, and I thought, and I don't know why, but I thought this was fucking hilarious. I actually made me laugh. The referee's like, no, 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 stop it, stop it, stop it. He's like, come on, just one more. The referee's like, oh, fine, then hit him one more fucking time. Crack, hits him again, tosses his weight belt in the crowd. You had Brandy try to do a cross body block on Wardlow. Wardlow totally no sells it. I mean, MJF gets busted open. He's, crying at Cody's feet, and then he, spits in his face. I mean, this is just beautiful. I thought Cody was going to get the wins when he hit Crossroads, but eventually, um, Wardlow hands MJF the dynamite diamond ring. He hit it in his trunks. Well, when he had him set up for the Crossroads again, MJF slips on the ring, referee's distracted, boom, clocks Cody with him, falls right across of him, gets the 1, 2, 3. Some people were shocked. I actually kind of called this. I know I can't prove it because we didn't do a preview show, but I was going to say I would not be shocked if MJF wins it because Cody can't challenge for the championship, kayfabe wise, can't challenge for it. Um, this story it's arguably probably one of their best feud right now. And I think they need to take it. Plus, you need to kind of, get MJF to that next level, and I think this took him to the next level. His dastardly heel is a credible heel because now he can win the match, even by hook or by crook, he can win it. And also, it lets it continue because where does Cody go if he wins? If he wins the feud, he's got no place to go. Where does MJF go if he wins this feud? He's got no other place to go. So let's keep this feud going. I think Cody will eventually get his win, but he's going to make MJF a fucking superstar before it's over.
First off, the Great Muta fucking clothesline thing was amazing. Second off, man, how fucking on. Granted, I binged watched AEW because I was like 3 weeks behind before the pay per view. How fucking fire was this goddamn storyline? Unbelievable. This is sports entertainment at its finest, folks. I enjoyed it. I love the old school finish with the fucking ring. I just fucking thought it was amazing. I thought it was fucking amazing. And Cody, man, mad fucking props. He's not doing the pro wrestling that we all know and love, but he's fucking hitting home runs with fucking sports entertainment. And I just really enjoyed it. I really enjoy MJF. I enjoy everything. Yeah. I don't know. I can't put it over enough. And was that Arrow in his corner? Did he have Arrow?
Yeah, I think Stephen Amell did show up there in the early part. Now he didn't stay out there; he went to the back, obviously. But
Yeah.
I think Stephen Amell was there. I think Stephen Amell is actually doing something on Stars where he's like playing like a pro wrestler or something. I don't
Oh,
want
I
to go as
didn't
far
know
as to
that.
call it like a sitcom, but he's doing something there. I think these two have some kind of business venture together. Oh, no, 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 no! I know what it is. Stephen Amell owns that vineyard where they do that little bit of the bubbly.
Oh, nice.
Champagne. Yeah, I think Stephen Amell's connected to that. It's up in Washington State.
Yeah. Overall, I can't put this
So I
over
mean, yeah,
enough.
there's
And
times with there.
you know what it is? It, you had Darby Allin match. It's a great cruiserweight match. You had you had the
Mhm.
Omega match, which is a great pro wrestling match. You had this match, which was great sports entertainment, and the next match is great comedy. So they are doing what American brands love to do, but they're succeeding. Except women.
Mhm.
Let's talk about the comedy match, sir.
Yeah, yeah, it was the Bastard Pac versus Orange Cassidy, and Chucky T vowed that Orange Cassidy he was going to try. This was for all the people who criticize Orange Cassidy. I'm like, dude, go fuck yourself. Seriously, watch this. I mean, the guy can go. And I guess maybe he knows that he's limited in the ring, that he can only do so much, so he doesn't do anything. So when he does do the things that he does, it seems like a bigger deal than what it is. I mean, I think it was funny because Pac even played into it for a little bit. You had him roll Cassie in the ring. Cassie would just keep rolling, and Pac got fed up with it. And then he did like the little low kicks, and then everybody's just screaming, everybody's getting into it, and Pac plays into it a little bit, and then he fires up, and then Pac just has this look on his face. It's like, dude, I've been playing this guy's game. He can actually wrestle here, and I'm getting suckered in. This is oh no, hell no, hell no, and then he starts going on the attack. I mean, he did a arm drag with his hands in his pockets. I mean, just all this shit right there. By the way, I finally figured out. Thank you, Excalibur, for letting me know which member of the colony he was, because they talked about he was the strength of like a fire ant. It's like, now I know which one he was in the colony. Thank you. Go back to Chikara if you want to know what I'm talking about there.
Yeah.
I think it was a great job. Crowd was into it. Of course, Pot gets the win with the brutalizer. Only thing granted, this is like a nitpick, and I'm not striking anything against AEW for this. Is that he gets locked in the brutalizer and he verbally taps, which makes sense. But I kind of wanted to see where he just didn't do anything. Like he got locked in the brutalizer, where we're like, okay, do you give up? Do you
And he
quit? Do
just
you want? Do you
passes
want to?
out.
Do you want to continue? And just and he's like, what? And then just he tries to like lift up his hand, and it just drops. Like basically, he just does nothing instead of like, oh my God, yes, yes, this hurts. Quit. Like I give up. I just kind of wish he would have done absolutely just nothing.
Yeah.
I think it would have fit into his character so well. But
Uh,
but again, that's just like an uber minor nitpick.
Yeah. Overall, I enjoyed it. Now, here's the thing. I don't like comedy wrestling, and it's unless it's done right. It's not my cup of tea unless it's done right. This was done right. I enjoyed this a lot. I enjoyed the spots. I enjoyed the comedy spots. Pac has to be one of the greatest fucking in-ring workers. He can work this comedy style and work the super fast Dragon Gate style. So I enjoy it a lot. I didn't even think about what Boom Boom was saying, but that's a great point. And I like the fact that the Lucha Brothers came out and they chased the best friends away. I love,
Hmm.
I love the style of booking where you book a match on the side of another match. I really like that. I like that a lot. Um, I enjoyed that. To me, I enjoyed this match tremendously. Orange Cassidy is not my cup of tea, but I do enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's like I can't take comedy wrestling, but I know that. But I think I always say this with New Japan: you only need one fucking Yano. You need one person that does comedy wrestling right. That's Orange Cassidy. Stop with the comedy wrestling. You know what I mean? I just think you should. This is my opinion, but it's a strong opinion. I think everyone should have one comedy wrestler on roster, and that's it. And if you're not fucking funny enough, or you're not getting over enough, you're replaced. But when you start getting three or four or five, like every time I see a comedy wrestler in New Japan, I'm like, you ain't fucking Yano. What the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? But poor Colt Cabana.
Hmm.
Colt Cabana, this guy's getting over. Most of it was like Cabana spots. But yeah, I really fucking enjoyed this match. And here's the thing: you can enjoy something that isn't your style of wrestling if it's done right. I think this was done right. Booms, do you agree? Disagree?
I think it was done. I think it was done right. I mean, and that's another guy. Orange Cassidy is somebody who's gotten over. He was never in WWE. Who is just, I mean, fans absolutely love him. People love cosplaying as him. I even tease my daughter. My daughter came downstairs. She had her hair done. She'd had it dyed red at one point, but it was starting to fade out, and it's kind of looking a little bit more blonde than anything else. And then she had only this denim jacket, and then all of a sudden, I just started laughing. And she could not understand for the life of me why I'm just laughing at her, because I'm not laughing at her, I'm just laughing. And I hold up a picture of Orange Cassidy. I go, "This is what you look like right here." And then I see people out in the crowd cosplaying. I think Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin are the two people that cosplay as the most out there in the crowd. So he's definitely over. And Pac is somebody that he was big on the Indies, went to the WWE. It looked like he had a lot of things going for him. He didn't like the way he was being treated, and then I think he has not suffered one bit on the independent circuit. And in fact, I think I would argue he's an even bigger star in AEW than he ever was in WWE.
Yeah, because in WWE he was just stuck on a minor show. But yeah, I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And none of that,
So I
but
think that was done absolutely well.
they did with Pac what they did with AJ, and this is a smart fucking move. If you're in competition with someone, you don't take them straight from you. Like WWE didn't take AJ straight from TNA. They said go to New Japan, then come back. You're an international star. Pac didn't come straight from WWE. He went to Dragon Gate, then came here. I if I was in direct competition with someone and I had the funds that these big companies have, I would always do that. Like Matt Hardy, go somewhere else, then come in as an international star. But that's just me. That's just me. That's just me. Boom's main event time.
Yep, we get to our main event. We had Le Champion, Chris Jericho versus No Fucks Given, John Moxley. Holy shit, these guys delivered. Wow. Brutal match. I love how how they played up in the feud. Jericho starts attacking the eye of Moxley. Moxley gets a little revenge, gets Jericho to bleed. Um, I love the what was it power bombs. Moxley got powered bombed into the timekeeper's table. Jericho kneeling, the crowd rang the bell. They then announced himself as the winner. They just kept going with the match, put the boots to him. Um, there was some interference with the inner circle. Aubrey Edwards finally does like the most dramatic "You're out of here" ever. Navarro comes in out of nowhere, clocks Mox with a belt. Um, Jericho locks on the walls, but Moxley, fights out of it. Reverses it. They talked about, that he worked with Randy Couture how to get out of it. Um,
I like that aspect of the show a lot.
yep. Oh, I know. They started trading jabs. Jericho rakes the ice. He slaps Moxley around. Mox looks like he's completely just blinded. The second he hits him with this, looks like he's going for the Judas effect, but no, he hits him with Death Rider out of nowhere. Then Mox reveals. Boop, he pulls off the eye patch. Nope, I don't know if it was to say he was faking it the whole time, or if his eye, or okay, now my eye has completely healed, but he suckered Jericho in with that. Hits another Death Rider. Boom, 1, 2, 3. John Moxley, your new AEW champion. He's now the youngest AEW champion in history, but he's got a hell of a, I
I'm
guess
sorry, I didn't
Jericho,
mean to
because
giggle.
Jericho's the
It's so
longest
funny.
reigning champion ever. hmm But I think it was a great story, and this is another thing. This is where I think the New Japan influence came in because they let Moxley have like some words on the microphone after the match.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Um, this is one of those. It's a great moment. They have to watch where they go from here. I think this is a bad call.
hmm
I honestly think it's a very bad call. It's one of those. Who is the next
Well,
champion?
and
How this
I
title
don't
run
know if,
goes. I think it's a bad call. I enjoyed it. I know people enjoyed it.
well,
I don't want to be the stinker. It's like everything's amazing. You know, I feel like you
I'm
guys are
going to
like
be,
good.
I'm going to be cautiously optimistic because Jericho was going to go out on tour with Fozzy. I don't know if he did this because he knew he was losing or he was losing it because he was going out on tour. So that's the reason why they did. But let's just put that aside. Now that you've had Jericho, he went there. He worked with some people. I mean, he worked with Jungle Boy. He worked with Darby Allin. He really helped get some other guys over. Now I think you do the opposite. Now you put John Moxley in, and then you start having him get some heels over. Start building up the heel state. The rogues gallery, if you will. I think that's kind of what they're doing with here. On Dynamite, and I support that idea because they're not having pay-per-views every month. I mean, they're doing it like quarterly at this point. At least last time I checked, they're doing it about quarterly. So you're going to have about 3 months of Moxley just kind of building up like all the bad guys on the roster. I mean, I think he's going to beat them all, but he's going to make them look good, and you're going to have a little bit more credibility to the roster.
I like how you're being positive about this. Listen, it looks amazing. The Titanic looks shiny.
hmm
The Titanic looks wonderful. We can go around. We can fall in love with random girls. Give them expensive jewelry. It looks amazing. Just saying, watch out for that
hmm
iceberg. Could be Matt Hardy. Could be
Oh yeah,
Luke Harper.
I agree. You could
Watch
hit
out
an
for that
iceberg.
iceberg. Because if not, TNA, TNA, TNA. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It was an amazing night.
Yep.
It was an amazing match. Went a bit long. Amazing match. I like the eye patch gimmick because the eye patch gimmick's like, hey guys, of course it's not fucking real. Look, he fell for it, but you did it. Liked it. Liked it a lot. Enjoyed it. Exciting.
hmm
A little bit too long. I'm just saying, watch out for the iceberg. The next champion's the iceberg. I think
hmm
this could be a mistake. But I love AEW so much that I want to be wrong with all my heart. So all I'm going to
hmm
say is I enjoy the Titanic. Watch out for the iceberg. Is that fair, Booms? Is that fair?
Yeah. You should always be like that, regardless. Thinking everything could be fragile. We could screw this up at any given moment. Just take our time and just make smart decisions.
Yeah. Overall, I give it a huge win. It wasn't perfect,
hmm
but I was entertained. And For a guy that's walked away from pro wrestling to stream hockey on Twitch, I'm glad. This is the first time I watched a pay per view, and I was like, you know what? I know that, but I binged watched the Dynamite. You know what I mean? So with coronavirus, I'm hoping that we can do more shows. I'm going to talk to Boom Boom about his schedule, my schedule. I'm more free than usual, and I'm really excited. Boom Boom, I want to apologize for me being me, and hopefully in the future we can fix shit. And let's only
Right.
review and watch shit that we think has promise and we enjoy. We're not going to watch
Agreed.
WWE.
Now, so overall, I'm going to say I really enjoyed the pay-per-view. I would give it, like I said earlier, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I would check it out. As far as matches go, I would say go watch Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara, Adam Page and Kenny Omega versus the Young Bucks, MJF versus Cody, and maybe the main event if you're a fan of both either one of those guys.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
That's what I would say. Before we kind of wrap this up, I've got to ask you this question here because you're a former booker, former promoter. AEW is promoting basically a war game style match. They're calling it Blood and Guts, which is a shot at Vince McMahon, who referred to AEW as that Blood and Guts promotion. I don't think TNT is going to let them do all that, but they're doing a
Vince
war game
stands
style
for
match
nothing.
that's going to be on a regular episode of Impact. Now this comes after they had an Iron Man match, a 30-minute Iron Man match between Kenny Omega and Pac. Um, Let me ask you this. Do you think AEW is giving away too much too soon and doing it for free? Because one criticism that, during the Monday Night Wars is that WCW squandered a big opportunity because they gave away Hulk Hogan versus Goldberg for the championship in Atlanta on a Nitro as opposed to having it on a pay-per-view. But here you've got AEW giving away a 30-man Iron Man match between two of their best competitors for free, on their weekly TV show, and now they're talking about giving away, war game style match for free on Dynamite.
Yeah, you called it
So,
Impact
I
earlier,
mean,
sir. I was a little confused. Dynamite, got it.
sorry, mm, I
Um,
apologize, but do you think they're giving away too much too soon and for free?
can I say yes and no? I'm gonna say no
Okay,
because they
go
only.
ahead. I
They,
want your
I'm
logic.
I'm gonna say no because they only have 4 pay-per-views a year. If it was monthly pay-per-views, I would definitely say yes. So where they're at right now, I say no. If they add more and more pay-per-views, that changes the situation. And the Goldberg thing, that shit was fucking hot. I don't know if that was the wrong call. I don't know if that was the wrong call. But that maybe we'll have to get a historian like Wrestling Ranton on and a couple old guys to get together. No offense, Wrestling Ranton, and we could talk about the
Hmm.
fucking looking back at that Goldberg Hogan match because love it or hate it, it was a big deal. It was a big fucking deal. So yeah, I'm gonna say as of right now, no. But the more pay per views they have, my answer is gonna change. Is that fair?
Yeah, I guess it's fair because I kept thinking, well, you're giving away all this stuff for free. Now I'm keep thinking, well, they may be doing it one to kind of promote like kind of what they're doing because I mean if it's going to be for free it may just not be that long a match, it may be kind of like a finish that the fans may not necessarily like where all the bad guys go over that, whereas if it was like a pay-per-view for like $50 that may piss off people, but if you give away for free then maybe it's not as bad. Or I'm thinking they're doing it just so they can have footage to air when they do like another one, like if they talk about, okay, we're going to do a blood and guts match. Instead of just showing pictures of like the cage, they can actually just go and show video of people actually competing in it. I do think they've got some places to go because as of right now, All Elite Wrestling has not had a ladder match. They have not had a
Dude, I love
lumberjack
ladder
match. They've
matches.
not had
Fuck lumberjacks.
like a Texas bull rope match. They've not had a dog collar match. They've not had. I'm thinking since Tony Khan's a fan of old school wrestling, I'm thinking this is coming. I'm thinking there might be a scaffold match in the future.
God, if there's a scaffold match, A, I'm gonna fucking love it, and B, I'm gonna laugh so hard. Jim Cornette's gonna fucking, I don't know. Jim Cornette's gonna run around naked, fucking acting like a chicken. I have no idea what his reaction is gonna be, but it's gonna be top 10 ridiculous. Top 10 ridiculous.
Because you can tell Tony Khan is a big fan of old school wrestling because the whole somebody had to point this out to me is the whole like when Jericho spiked Moxley, that was a callback to the
Yeah,
Legion of
there's a
Doom
lot of
spiking Dusty
callbacks, to be
Rhodes
honest,
and
there.
like MJF and Cody's like a callback to like Memphis style booking. It's it's I'm just worried that they're going to do too much too soon and basically it would be like to me, I'm not trying to be vulgar here, but it's like having sex with a girl, and then you do everything that you know how to do within the first 3 minutes.
That's called the Dave Koco in these parts.
Yeah, just remember, Dave Coco. They give people gold medals to finish first.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh man. Boobs, I miss this. Too bad wrestling isn't more entertaining like this. But yeah, we're gonna try to schedule more stuff, especially this month, and we'll try to get back on track because I'm about to go part time, and I have a month off. So I'm hoping that I can find
Okay.
my love for it again, and we can find a schedule. Because here's the thing: when Boom Boom's free, I'm not free, and vice versa. So we'll just try to perfect it. And Boom Boom is way more dedicated and has his heart into this than I do. But the thing is, I don't want to let him down. And B, I do miss enjoying it. Is that a weird thing to say? I miss enjoying it. And I enjoyed AEW Revolution. It was Revolution, right? I'm hoping it was, because if not, I used the wrong graphic.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, thank God.
yeah. It
Booms.
was
The
Revolution.
whole time we've been using a graphic, if you're like, it's not Revolution, I'd shit my pants. I'd be like, all right, well, we used the wrong fucking graphic the whole show. Oh, damn. I have to record it over Boom. I'd just be like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna go with it. Oh, God. I fucking almost shit my pants. Booms, let's work out a schedule. A, I don't miss the WWE
Yes,
product
yes,
at
we
all.
should.
B, I do enjoy good wrestling. C, even though we do complain a lot, we're a bit on the grumpy side. I enjoy this. I know positive PDs
Yeah,
win the
I
day,
agree.
but sometimes you need two old men to fucking complain about shit.
Yes, yes, you do. Some old fat guys that just bitch about things. That's what the world needs more of.
Exactly. You know what I think the world needs more of? Pro wrestling podcasts where the pro wrestlers blame everything on the fans. Do you know why we're not over? It's
Yes.
these goddamn fans. They worked you, brother.
Yep.
Oh god. Oh god. And yeah, I made the mistake of going to one of those podcasts. I'm not gonna say who it was. Suplex Orange Machine 13 ECW. I'm not gonna tell you who it is, but dude, this motherfucker blames everything on the fans, working people not knowing. And there's fans like, yeah, we're fucking idiots. You did work us. Fucking yeah, put your Taz balls in my fucking mouth. The fuck, man? The fuck is that? I'm not gonna say who it was, but I made a mistake of stumbling into a pro wrestlers podcast. Is there any good ones? I mean, Jericho's pretty good. I don't know. I only listened to him once or twice. Booms, who's your favorite podcast of the Everything's the Fans' Fault and I'm a Pro Wrestler? They worked you.
Honestly, I don't really listen to him. I mean, I might listen to like, Jericho when he has like a really good guest on, but that's really about it. I just listen to a lot of fan stuff because I kind of want to know what the other wrestling fans are thinking, their takes on things, their perspectives, and I like, like ranting is probably is definitely one of my favorites to listen to. But I listen to a few more guys, and it's something I do while I'm at work on the weekends. I just, turn that on and I'm start doing my job, and makes the time go by so much faster. Very enjoyable.
All right. If AEW's the Titanic brand new and we have to watch out for icebergs, KocoSports is the Titanic that hit six icebergs, and we're trying to patch it up and fix it up. Boom, boom. He's going
Hmm.
down with the ship, and I'm like, hey guys, have you seen me on Twitch? I stream NHL. But hopefully we can patch this bad boy up, and we can do one more cruise. Boom, boom. One more cruise through the Ice Valley. I don't know.
One
There's
more
been a lot
run.
of
That's all we want. One more run.
there's been way too many Titanic references tonight. Way too many. What was I thinking?
Yes, there has.
Love you, boom,
My
boom.
God, what are you in the 90s?
I had a show, and then dude, BoJack Horseman's amazing. That has nothing to do with pro wrestling. Just throwing it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Boom Boom. Do you want to plug my Twitch? It's Twitch
Yeah, go check it. Yeah,
slash
yeah,
Coco
yeah, check
Sports.
it out. It's like Twitch. Yeah, he does hockey a lot and some Madden, mostly hockey.
Yeah,
And you can request songs so you can like listen to good music while he like fucking sucks.
dude, I do fucking suck at the game for how much I played.
Dude, you lost 3-0,
I did it. It was good.
and
It
then
was
you played
supposed.
only as mascots. That was
I should
somewhat
have.
entertaining.
Yeah. Oh god, I love that game. But does that game love me back? Oh,
No, it
maybe,
does not.
maybe the game will break me, and I'll go back to doing raw reviews. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. We're supposed to say that. Booms, do you want to say anything before I hit the stop
Yeah.
button?
Mm, uh, watch AEW. Good luck to New Japan getting your stuff back in order. NXT getting better. Impact and Major League Wrestling. I'm about to give you guys another shot.
And check out Wrestling Ranted. With that, I am over. Hey, but